everyone. So happy to be here with you all today. Alam natin ang pamilyang Pilipino ay kilala sa tibay at pagmamahal, di ba? We're known for our strong family ties. Pero, like any family anywhere in the world, we also face our own set of challenges. Today, we're going to talk about some of the most common problems that Filipino families encounter. It's important to understand these issues para makahanap tayo ng paraan para mas maging matatag pa ang ating pamilya. First is yung economic hardship and poverty. Unahin natin ang pinaka-common at siguro pinaka-challenging para sa marami. Economic hardship and poverty. Of course, nandito yung low income and unemployment. Maraming pamilya ang nahihirapan sa mababang sweldo o kaya naman walang stable na trabaho, lalo na sa mga probinsya. At ibig sabihin nito, it's hard to provide for basic needs, yung pagkain, bahay, pag-aaral, gamot. Ang hirap talaga, right? Yung high cost of living, alam natin na pataas pa ng pataas ang presyo ng bilihin kahit na nagsisikap magtrabaho, parang kulang pa rin ang kinakita para sa pang-araw-araw. Ano naman yung impact nito sa education at sa health? Dahil dito, minsan napipilitan ng mga bata na tumigil sa pag-aaral para magtrabaho. And sadly, limited din ang access sa maayos na nutrisyon at healthcare. Ito yung mga issues na may long-term effects talaga. Kaya dito rin pumapasok yung OFW phenomenon at yung separation sa family. Ito yung reality, no? Yung overseas Filipino workers. At merong extended na separation. Marami, millions sa mga kababayans natin, they work abroad and this means they're away from their spouses, their children, and their families for long periods. Imagine being away for months, sometimes years without seeing your loved ones. Napakahirap, no? So, this prolonged separation can really strain relationships. Nakaka-apekto talaga ito. Especially how parents raise their kids. And it can lead to a lot of emotional distress. Hindi lang yung namimiss ng OFW ang bahay nila, ang pamilya nila, but also for the family left behind here, yung mga naiwan. Sa financial strain naman, yes, they send remittances and that's a huge help. Pero managing finances from afar can be stressful. Totoo po yan. We have seen this. Sometimes there's potential for financial mismanagement by relatives, yung mga nandito. And on top of the money worries, there's still that huge emotional cost of being separated. Ano naman yung tinatawag na remittance effect? Sometimes, the money sent home, as much as it helps, isn't enough to completely fill the void left by a parent's absence. 'Di ba? Hindi talaga mapupunan ng pera yung absence ng magulang. You can buy things, but you can't replace a hug or daily guidance. This lack of parental presence can sometimes lead to behavioral issues or neglect in children. Napakahirap nitong trade-off na to. How about sa health issues at access sa healthcare? Something that affects everyone din ay yung limited access. No? Maraming pamilya, lalo na sa probinsya, ang walang access sa affordable at quality na medical services. So, yung mga sakit, minsan hindi nagagamot agad. So, this leads to chronic problems. At of course, yung mga high medical costs. Kahit may PhilHealth, yung mga malalaking sakit like surgeries or gamot, malaking financial burden pa rin yan sa pamilya. We can also talk about mental health challenges. Hindi natin to makakalimutan. Stress from financial problems, family separation, and other issues can lead to mental health problems. Unfortunately, still stigmatized pa rin to or not diagnosed properly sa bansa natin. Alright, so education or educational challenges. Alam natin na education is so important, but it also presents challenges. Ano ba yung mga challenges nito sa education? First, affordability. Mahalaga ang edukasyon sa Pinoy families, pero yung tuition, school supplies, pamasahe, malaking gastos pa rin yan para sa mga low-income families. At yung quality of education, may malaking difference din yung quality ng education sa city versus sa probinsya or sa public versus private schools. Ito yung nakakalimit ng opportunities para sa ibang mga bata. How about yung child labor? Because of economic necessity, minsan napipilitan ang mga bata na magtrabaho imbis na mag-aral. Yung cycle na to is really hard to break. At dito rin pumapasok yung domestic violence and abuse. Very crucial na topic ko ito, pero this is so prevalent sa panahon natin ngayon. Sadly, domestic violence, physical, lahat yan, emotional, sexual abuse. Ito yung mga issue na nakakaapekto sa mga kababaihan at mga bata in some families. Another is yung cultural factors. Minsan dahil sa cultural norms or yung tendency na wag ipagsabi ang problema sa loob ng pamilya, yung mga victims, mga hesitant sila na humingi ng tulong. Next is yung marital and relationship issues. Of course, relationships within the family can also face difficulties. First, yung marital discord. Minsan ang stress nanggagaling sa financial problems or infidelity, different parenting styles, or external pressures. This can lead to conflict and breakdown in marital relationships. Dito rin yung pumapasok yung teenage pregnancies, yung early and unplanned pregnancies. This can put immense strain on young families, both financially and emotionally. And alam nating lahat yung generational gaps and cultural shifts. Kasi as societies evolve, we also see these differing values. Yung younger generations might have different, more modern values compared to the traditional values of older generations. At ito minsan ay nagkukos ng misunderstanding. And kaya nagkakaroon ng communication breakdowns. Effective communication between different age groups can be challenging. So mahalaga na i-bridge natin tong gaps na to. How about yung housing and living conditions? Para sa marami, basic needs katulad ng housing, very challenging talaga ito. Kasi minsan, ang problem is inadequate housing, di ba? Maraming pamilya ang nakatira sa overcrowded, substandard, or unsafe na bahay, lalo na sa urban, pure communities or disaster-prone areas. At lack of basic utilities, yung access sa clean water, sanitation, and reliable electricity. Very challenging din ito sa maraming family. And we cannot forget the impact of our environment, yung natural disasters. Yung vulnerability kasi natin, ang Pilipinas is prone to typhoons, earthquakes, and other natural disasters. So, itong mga events na to destroy homes, livelihoods, and disrupt family life, often pushing families deeper into poverty. So, as you can see, Filipino families face a lot of interconnected challenges, di ba? Magkakadugtong yung mga yan. From economic struggles and OFW separation to health, education, and even natural disasters. But what's amazing para sa mga Filipino, sa ating lahat, ay ang ating resilience. Understanding these problems is the first step. Yung next steps naman ay involve seeking support or community action and strengthening those beautiful family bonds. Let's continue to support each other. Diyan naman kilala ang mga Filipino, yung strong family ties. Ngayon naman, let's focus on the good stuff. Yung mga solution. Kasi 'di ba, it's not enough to know the problems. We need to find ways to overcome them. I-explore natin paano natin ma-strengthen yung families natin at alam ko kayang-kaya natin ito. First, i-tackle natin yung economic hardship and poverty. Ito yung isa sa pinaka-common, di ba? So, financial literacy and skills training, mahalaga. Una, financial literacy, mahalaga na alamin natin paano i-manage ang pera natin, paano mag-budget, paano mag-ipon, tapos skills training. Maraming free or affordable courses online or sa community centers na pwedeng mag-level up ng skills natin para mas maging employable or para makapagsimula ng maliit na negosyo. Sa entrepreneurship, you think about small business opportunities kahit maliit lang like buy and sell, food stalls, or offering services na kaya natin. Pag-igihan lang natin, malaki ang may tutulong yan sa family income. At access sa government aid, please huwag mahiyang magtanong at mag-apply sa mga government programs like 4Ps, scholarships, livelihood projects. Nandyan yan para tulungan tayo, especially those who need it most. Yung solutions naman for OFW phenomenon and family separation, para sa mga OFWs natin at sa mga families nila, let's talk about separation. Mahalaga talaga yung communication. It is the key Technology is our friend. Yung mga video calls, messaging apps, gamitin natin yan para di mawala ang connection. Regular communication is super important para maramdaman pa rin ng mga bata at mga asawa natin na present tayo kahit malayo. At yung family bonding and activities naman, virtual and in-person, kahit malayo mag-schedule ng virtual family activities. And when the OFW comes home, makes the most of that precious time. Magplan tayo ng special bonding moments, make memories. And napakahalaga ng support systems for families left behind. Yung mga pamilya na nandito, building a strong support network with relatives, friends, or community groups can help a lot. May mga community centers or NGOs din na nag-offer ng support sa mga anak ng OFWs like counseling or after-school programs. Yung financial planning naman for overseas Filipino workers, mahalaga rin yon kasi OFWs should also plan their finances wisely. Hindi lang panggastos but also for savings and investments para sustainable ang support sa family at para may future security. Yung solutions naman for health issues and access to healthcare, sabi nga, our health is wealth. So let's focus on health issues and the healthcare access. Mahalaga rin yung health education and preventive care. Mag-aral tayo about healthy living, yung preventive care, mahalaga talaga yan palagi. Kesa sa cure. Regular checkups, proper diet, exercise, yung mga simple habits na to that will really make a difference. May mga community health programs din. Support and participate in local health initiatives. Yung mga barangay health centers, andyan yan para sa mga basic services at sa mga information. At i-maximize din natin ang ating PhilHealth. Understand your PhilHealth benefits. It's there to help lessen medical expenses, especially for serious illnesses. Napakahalaga na maintindihan natin kung ano ba yung nakalagay sa benefits natin sa PhilHealth. Okay, yung mental health support naman. Let's break the stigma around mental health. Seek professional help if needed. Kausapin ng mga kaibigan, kapamilya, mga experts. It's okay not to be okay, sabi nga nila, but it's important to get help. Open communication sa loob ng pamilya ay napakahalaga. At solutions naman for educational challenges. Alam natin ulit, education is so important for our children's future. So, for educational challenges, scholarships and financial aid. You actively look for scholarships, mga grants, and other financial assistance para sa mga anak natin. Or kung ikaw naman ay 18 years old na, pataas, you do it yourself. Marami niyan, lalo na for deserving students from less privileged families. Just don't hesitate to inquire sa schools or sa mga local government units or LGUs. May tinatawag rin na ALS or Alternative Learning Systems. For those who couldn't finish formal schooling, napakahalagang at napakagandang opportunity or option itong ALS na makakuha ng diploma and open up for more opportunities. Marami niyan kumuha like Manny Pacquiao and other celebrities. Yung parental involvement naman, parents, your involvement matters. Support your kids' studies, help with homework, show them you value education at yung encouragement mo talaga ay very priceless. You value education, di ba? Emphasize the long-term benefits of education kasi it's an investment for their future. A way to break the cycle of poverty. Totoo yun. And solutions naman for domestic violence and abuse. Sabi ko nga, this is a very sensitive but crucial topic. Pero you educate yourselves. Let's educate ourselves and our communities about what constitutes abuse and its effects. Napakahalaga niyan. Know the signs. The more we know, the more we can prevent it. At alamin din natin saan magre-report. There are government agencies like the PNP, meron sa PNP, Women and Children's Desk or DSWD rin. Mga NGOs that offer protection, counseling, and legal assistance. We used to work with Parola Santuario or Lighthouse Sanctuary sa Lawag at meron ng another shelter sa Tarlac City. So don't be afraid to reach out. You are not alone. Once again, open communication, napakahalaga. You create safe spaces within families where members feel comfortable talking about their problems without fear of judgment or reprisal. Yung solutions naman for marital and relationship issues, of course, relationships within the family can also face difficulties, sabi ko nga, di ba? Um, for marital and relationship issues, premarital and marital counseling, napakahalaga. Don't wait for problems to escalate. Counseling can help couples build stronger foundations and navigate conflicts constructively. Sign yan actually ng strength, hindi ng weakness. Let's learn effective communication skills. It's about listening as much as talking and understanding each other's needs. At kapag naman yung mga issue na to ay nag-persist and affect the whole family, may tinatawag na family therapy. This can help mend relationships and improve dynamics. Partners need to support each other. Kailangan ng mutual support. And also need to share responsibilities and prioritize their relationship. Remember why you started together. Yun yung mahalaga na maalala natin. As generations change, we also see generational gaps and cultural shifts. So encourage open conversations, listen to each other's perspectives with empathy. Understand that each generation has different experiences and viewpoints. Sa mga family activities naman, let's engage in activities that all generations can enjoy together. Ito kasi nagbi-build ng understanding and strengthen bonds. It can be as simple as cooking together or watching a movie. Let's acknowledge and respect that differences exist and find common ground. It's about finding harmony, not uniformity. And for basic needs like housing, living conditions, and dealing with natural disasters, meron tayong government housing programs and community development. Explore government housing projects and loan programs for low-income families. Participate in local community efforts to improve living conditions, sanitation, and access to utilities. Sa disaster preparedness naman, for natural disasters, napakahalaga ng preparedness. Magkaroon ng emergency plan, mag-prepare ng emergency kit, know evacuation routes, educate the family, work with your community to build collective resilience. So as you can see, while the challenges are real sa naunang part, there are definitely solutions from financial literacy and smart communication to seeking support and being prepared. We have the power to strengthen our families. It's about being proactive, supporting each other, and never giving up on building a better future for our loved ones. Remember, a strong family is our greatest asset. Once again, thank you so much, everyone.